First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Yahweh, the name of the Father, Yahushai, the name of the Son. Double honors to the apostles, the elder apostles of GMS, from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Raimel on down. Salutations to the elect, right? And faithful sisters, helps, beliefs, that tune in to this truth and that have faith in the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai and take heed unto the prophets, right? This is GMS Sober once again, right? Coming at you with another lesson, which I hope to be edifying to the elect. I was watching a movie this morning. The movie is called Concussion with the actor Will Smith, and there was a scene in the movie when he was describing how America was viewed by people in Nigeria, basically how he viewed America as a young man growing up in Nigeria, right? How he viewed America as this great place, that was wondrous and close to heaven, and where all good people and good things were, and all he wanted was to come to America and be accepted by as an American, right? But we see now today where America's glory is being brought low, right? Where America is no longer a superpower. In fact, it's getting ready to be destroyed, by thermonuclear fire, which is the judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So here we have on screen a picture of Lady Liberty, where she's sitting down and she's holding her head and crying, right? Because basically America is no longer the force it was. It peaked during the 60s and 70s, and from then it has been going downhill, right? From infrastructural failure, bridges collapsing, roads falling apart, to economic failure, right, where they have to do a bunch of quantitative easing, right, to military failure, where you have other nations that now do not fear America's military might, to even moral failure, right, where all these reprobate laws being passed in America, like gay rights, transgender rights, trans age rights. Next thing you're going to see being legalized is pedophilia, right? So America is really on the decline and getting ready for the judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So just to get this lesson rolling, let's just play the clip from the movie. Alright, so from the movie Concussion.
Growing up in Nigeria, heaven was here, and America was here. To me, it was the place where...
Alright, so he said that growing up in Nigeria, he thought that America was as close to heaven as you could get. Alright, that's where everybody wanted to go. Alright.
God sent all of his favorite people. You could be anything, you could do anything. Americans were the manifestation of what God wanted us all to be.
So that's what he thought, that America was blessed by the Most High, and that being in America, being an American was Yahweh's will, was the Most High's will, right?
I have never wanted anything as much as I wanted to be accepted as an American.
Right. And we see that happening with a lot of other nations that flock to America, to make America their homeland. It's a melting pot of different cultures, different ethnic backgrounds, right, that come to America to seek wealth, or to seek the good life, the American dream, as they call it, right? So here this man telling you what he thought of America before he moved over. He thought that America was right there, close to heaven, and for a time they were in heaven. They were in rulership. The scripture describes rulership as a form of heaven. So for a time, America was in heaven, right? But it's time now for that glory, right, to be brought down, right? So we're just gonna get a couple articles and hit some main points in the articles to show, the decline of America, right now, and then just hit a couple scriptures, you know, to see what the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has to say about the whole subject. Right? So here we go then. Alright. So this is from The Nation. Alright, that's the article, the news site, The Nation. It was published May 28, 2015. America's days as a global superpower are numbered. What now? Alright. So it says, take a look around the world and it's hard not to conclude that the United States is a superpower in decline. Whether in Europe, Asia or Middle East, aspiring powers are flexing their muscles, ignoring Washington's dictates or actively combating them. Russia refuses to curtail its support for armed separatists in Ukraine. China refuses to abandon its base building endeavors in the South China Sea. Saudi Arabia refuses to endorse the US broker deal with Iran. The Islamic State movement refuses to capitulate in the face of US air power. What is a declining superpower supposed to do in the face of such defiance? This is no small matter. For decades, being a superpower has been the defining characteristic of American identity. Exactly. Everybody identifies America as this big superpower. Yo, the pinnacle of military might, the pinnacle of economic might, you know. It was basically the best you could be, right? The embrace of global supremacy began after World War II, when the United States assumed responsibility for resisting Soviet expansionism around the world. It persisted to the Cold War era and only grew after the implosion of the Soviet Union, when the US assumed sole responsibility for combating a whole new array of international threats, right? So, continuing, strategically in the Cold War years, Washington's power brokers assumed that there would always be two superpowers perpetually battling for world dominance. In the wake of the utterly unexpected Soviet collapse, American strategists began to envision a world of just one sole superpower, aka Rome and the Potomac, which is basically what America is, a revival of the Roman Empire. In line with this new outlook, the administration of George H.W. Bush soon adopted a long-range plan intended to preserve that status indefinitely, known as the Defense Planning Guidance for fiscal years 1994 to 1999. It declared, our first objective is to prevent the re-emergence of a new rival, either on the territory of the former Soviet Union or elsewhere, that poses a threat on the order of that posed formerly by the Soviet Union. Right, so America's their whole goal was to remain a superpower, yo. But we see that that's no longer the case. We see that Russia is rising up to compete with America on almost every level, yo. We see China doing just the same thing, yo. Right. So we see America is now sanctioning Russia for the past several years, and Russia is still doing well. Right, China, as the article mentioned, is still building their military bases in the South China Sea. Right, Russia is continually defying America, even with the ISIS thing recently, where they told America that if they intervene basically directly in the Syrian conflict, right, and put Russian troops there, yo, and America could do nothing. They confronted the American military to them face, yo, and tell them that, look here, you're bombing civilians, provide proof of your areas of bombing, right, or else get the hell out of Syria, yo. Nations never used to be able to do that to America, right? Let's just see if we can find. Alright, this is another interesting part. The problem, as many mainstream observers now acknowledge, is that such a strategy aimed at perpetuating US global supremacy at all costs was always destined to result in what Yale historian Paul Kennedy, in his classic book, The Rise and Fall of Great Powers, unforgettably termed imperial overreach. Right? That's basically it for this article. So basically it says that what's curious, however, is just how quickly such overstretch engulfed a country that barely a decade ago was being hailed as the planet's first hyperpower, a status even more exalted than superpower. But that was before George W.'s miscalculation in Iraq and other missteps left the US to face a war-ravaged Middle East with an exhausted military and depleted treasury. At the same time, major and regional powers like China, India, Iran, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey have been building up their economic and military capabilities, recognizing the weakness that accompanies imperial overstretch, are beginning to challenge US dominance in many areas of the globe. And that's exactly what happened to the first Roman Empire. Yo. They stretched the military too far, and the economic burden of stretching the military that far was too much. And that's why the Roman Empire fell. That's one of the main reasons why the Roman Empire fell. So that's one of the main reasons why America is falling today, because of imperial overreach. They've stretched the military all around the world, yo. The American military budget is more than all other countries combined. Right? Alright, so let's see if we can just pick out something important from the other article. This is it doesn't look like it's loading. Alright. Well, we get the point from that article, so let's just get to the scriptures. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? You no longer be a superpower, yo. It's time for you to be destroyed. Take the millstone, grind the meal, and cover thy locks, make bare the leg, and cover the thigh, and pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Sit thou silent and get thee in darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Exactly, thou shalt no more be called a hyperpower. Alright? Next precept. Alright, this is Isaiah 13 and verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. Right? So these precepts explicitly telling you that America is going to be destroyed, first going on the decline, and being shamed, and then it's going to be utterly destroyed, yo. Right? So it's nothing like what that Will Smith character said in the movie anymore, yo. That's no longer the case. Right? This is just one more precept to wrap it up. Revelation 18 and verse. Let me start from verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, right, which is her democracy, right, and her fucked up military policies, right. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Because the American economy was what all nations used to flock to in order to make a profit. Right? All nations come on to America to get that American dream. Just like this a character in the movie that Will Smith played. That America was right next to heaven, and that's where, God sent the best of his people. And that's where all the good things lie, yo. And I heard another voice saying from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she has filled to her double. Because America is where the Israelites served slavery, yo. Right? For 400 years, 500 years for the North American Indians, yo. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Right? And that's coming to pass right now. She's seeing sorrow, She's seeing sorrow right now. This is her. Right? That is the Queen, America, sitting and weeping because her throne is no more. As his precept said, come and sit in the ground, sit on the ground, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Right? Uncover the skirts, you'll pass over the river. Right? So the precepts are on point. So Akim, this is a beautiful time to be living in. These are the times when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to bring forth his most wondrous prophecies, yo. We're gonna see we're living in the time where we're gonna see the deliverance of Israel from the present day Egypt. Alright? We're gonna see the destruction of America by thermonuclear fire. Lord will we live to see that day. Alright, but it's fast approaching, yo. So be diligent, continue doing the work, keep the faith, you know, set aside the things that are most heavy unto thee carnally, right? And just do the work, yo. Pray to the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, to give you that spirit to keep you on fire to do this work. You know, it's out, we're almost out. Okay, we're almost out. Alright, so with that again, we say our praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.